Have you been sitting and stressing all day and just want to get on the floor and stretch out and strengthen all those muscles? If so, this is the class for you. Hi, I'm Renee McLaughlin. I'm a fitness professional and a somatic movement educator. In this class, you are going to love it. We're going to feel so good. We're going to start by just relaxing our muscles and our nervous system, and then we're going to go in and do beautiful moves to open up in the hips, lengthen our hamstrings. We're going to do a lot of rotational moves. So we're going to relax and release a lot of these muscles that we have bound up from sitting and texting and doing all those things where we're hunching over. The only thing that you're going to need for this class are maybe a couple of pillows, and have available a long scarf or a strap if that's something, because we're going to use that to do a little bit of stretching. Now, at the very end of the class, hang on, because we're going to do a couple of great strengthening moves, particularly to strengthen and lift up the booty. So you'll want to hang out for that. All right, you ready? I'll see you in the studio. In your seated position, wherever you can be. And typically, one leg is in front of the other. It's the same thing we always do. One thing you might want to do is grab your ankles and just bring those legs out a little wider. And then we're going to get into this just a little bit more. And then when you're here, let's just start. So we're going to be doing a lot of this belly breath, right? So even if we put our hands just lower belly, inhale and really feel that expand. Good. And then exhale. Just let it go and it will draw in. And then at the very end, really pull that belly button in and up and just feel it. That really will help support the back. And then as we're here, you can just start. We're going to relax into our spiral just a little bit, getting a sense of where we're at here. And to use the belly breath as we roll that pelvis under and forward, this is a good place to do the belly breath, right? Inhale. And then you go over. And then as you roll back off, exhale and really draw it in and up. And then we come up. So and go really slowly on these and just feel what you're feeling today. What do I mean by that? So as I go over, like right here, I might even press. So my torso is over to the left. So I might even press my right hand in that leg a little bit and see where am I feeling in this groin muscle. And then I'm going to roll back, keeping the elbows bent and maybe up a little bit. So I still have some rib cage soreness, which you'll see on a few things, but I'm fine, but just a little soreness. So that's where I'm expressing today. And then go the other way. Good. Notice if one way makes a difference in what you're feeling and where you're feeling that tension. Oh, and exhale. Beautiful. And then roll yourself up. So let's just do a little bit more rotation in the back this way. But instead of having our legs here, let's bring them out like a low diamond. Hands right here grabbing onto those knees. So we're going to inhale, pull up, and allow that belly to expand. You can have those elbows out a little wider. So you're really kind of holding yourself here on the edges of those sit bones. And then exhale, allow yourself to draw back. Good, dropping the chin, drawing that belly button in and up. And then just one or two more, pull up. And this time, if you even want to just feel like that zipper's opening, you might want to lift the chin a little bit. Don't drop the head. Just keep it all in a line and exhale. So the chin drops. It's kind of chin and pelvis, right? Curl under to meet each other. Drawing the belly button in and up. And just one more time. So as you come up, Good. The tail goes back, the chin lifts, and exhale. So the whole C curve goes together. And then just bring yourself back up onto those sit bones. Very good. And I'm going to bring my feet apart just slightly so that it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just kind of sharing this is a good place to be. So your heels are right about your butt bones. And you can either stay up on your platform if that feels good, or you can drop it. But we're going to do our 3 deep breaths with the lift. And on the second one, instead of thinking this time, just drop the head and dot, 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 dot. It's almost like we're going to collapse in on each other, okay, as that release. And then we're going to go forward. All right, so just hands wherever it's good for you. Let's do our big inhale, expand the belly balloon and bring those shoulders up. Good, I'm even going to press down gently for my hands to the shoulders to really give the big lift and real slow exhale. You ready? Dropping the shoulders. The air goes out of the balloon. The belly button draws in and up. And let's go again. Inhale. Lifting, 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 hugging up in those shoulders. Feel what you might feel there today. And exhale the air. At the bottom, you're relaxing. This is the last one, and then we're going to just release out. So inhale. Lifting, lifting, lifting. And on the exhale, so you're going to start slowly relax the shoulders. The air drops down. And once those shoulders are dropped, then just feel like the head will start it, but it's almost like you're just collapsing or melting into each other. So that whole, the chin will tuck, the top shoulders, the bottom of your back will just round, and you're just rounded here. I find when you just sort of do it that way, I don't overstretch the top of my neck. So you just see how that feels to you. Maybe take a nice deep breath here. And exhale slowly. Now, this might just feel like it's enough stretch for you all the way around. Perfect. But if not, you can start to just allow the upper body to come down. Again, just take it to wherever that body's ready to go to right now. So my torso is coming down between my legs. The arms are just sliding down the legs. And just pause wherever it's good for you. And just breathe and relax. So I did want to start today's class with this because it's just, it really relaxes the nervous system when you're rounded over like this, breathing deeply and exhaling. And so as you're here, just again, eyes closed, what are you feeling? Like I'm feeling some stretch, I would call it, right where my top of legs meet my pelvis, kind of on the bottom though. And then as you're here, is there another neck muscle maybe that's ready to just let go? Just let it go. And how about a little muscle maybe in your mid-back or up in the shoulders and the arms? Make sure that you're continuing to breathe. I know it's a little challenging as we're over here. And if you find taking a breath is challenging, allow your torso to come up just a little bit, then take your inhale. And then slowly on the exhale, let the torso drop down again. And when you're ready, just allow the torso to slowly drift to one side. Now, when you do this, try to keep your chin in alignment with the breastbone. Notice what happens. And if you need to, if you feel like you're going to tip over,
The side that you're tilting to, you can put that arm on the ground. Just hold yourself there. And then let yourself drift to the other side. I notice when I start to do this that I really pick up shoulder tension. So I'm just going to pay attention to dropping my shoulders. See if you find that too. And again, you might be needing a bigger breath where you lift the torso a little bit. And exhale and maybe stay up there and do a little bit of drift. How does that feel in the hips? All right, and just come back to the center. And now use your hands, walk them up the legs to walk yourself up to that original rounded over place. And once you're there with the hands, which will be right below the knees, pull up and feel that pelvis roll under. So now you're on the tips of those, of the hip bones, blah, 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 and roll up. Of course, the head is the last thing. So you're really pulling yourself up. Very good. All right. So now let's just get a nice deep breath here. So just bringing those arms up gently, and they can be a little below the shoulders. You're going to inhale first before the move. And on the exhale, you're drawing that belly button in and just pull the arms straight back. Try not to bring the elbows in, just pulling back. You're arching that tail to the back. And then inhale to neutral and exhale and bring those elbows forward and round the back. So you really stretch out that from the heart goes back. And just one more time, inhaling to neutral and exhaling, draw the belly in as you arch and pull those elbows back. Good. Inhale to neutral and exhale, roll back to here. The backs of the palms are facing each other. So from here, let's roll up on our sit bones, and we're going to bring the elbows up for a big shoulder roll. Good. Then draw those elbows down by your side. Roll off. Backs of palms are here. Elbows are forward, and you're rolling back. So go ahead and just do it to what feels good to you. Inhaling. Good. And exhaling. And just opening up in that whole body. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit hot. Nice work. And you can just drop it, shake it all out. Super good. So we've been in that position for a few minutes. So let's go ahead, straighten those legs out. Good. You might want to just take your hands on the sides, maybe do a little bit of percussion. Let's get some energy flowing, a little bit of maybe tapping on the kidneys and adrenals back there. Nice. And since we're right here, let's go ahead and we'll do our lower legs today. So in this position, you can either be up, if that feels good, on a pedestal, or without, hunching, relaxing the bottom. And on this one, I want you to think this is a stretch, but also a strengthen when we go really slowly and focus. So go ahead and really, I call it flexing the feet, right? Or pulling that front part of the foot back towards the knees. Press the back of the knee down, really stretch those out. You'll even feel it in the quads. Holding that, curl the toes. See if you can hold it just for a second. And then keeping the flex, pull the toes back, or think about pressing the ball joints forward, but still pressing the backs of the knees down. Good. One more time. Curling the toes. Pulling them back. Good. Now curling the toes and pointing those feet down. Ooh, you know, I love to kind of shift, press slightly forward with that. Now, keeping the toes, the foot pointed, pull the toes way back and spread them. I have to look to get those little pinkies spread, and then flex up again. Good. And really press behind the knee. Curling toes, pointing down, really working in the shins and the ankles, pulling those toes back, and flexing hard. Good. Now, making sure the feet are at least hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. Slowly, and without moving at the knees, right, we're going to do those big circles. So I want you to first try to touch the toes, big toes towards each other. Then you're going to take it down and around. You see how slow I'm going with this, turning them in. It's almost like if you were drawing a clock, you would want that big toe to hit every number on the clock. Let's just go one more time. So important. You guys know I yap about this all the time, but it is so important to really keep those feet flexible and mobile. Let's go the other way. See if the other way is harder. After a while, aren't you tired? Oh my gosh. You can really feel that. You can even spread the little pinkies out. Good work. I think we've had enough of that one, right? And then do your windshield wipers. So instead of just yuck, 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 really think internally rotate both thighs, externally rotate, internally rotate, external. So we're really also really stretching and strengthening all those. Good work. And shake, shake, shake. And we'll come up off of there. Good work, you guys. All right, I'm going to come off of here. We're going to be doing now some rotations from here, but let's start with the somatic seated twist, it is called. So we're going to somatically release before we get more into really a little bit more strengthening of those muscles. So again, you guys know you can do this with your legs out if that's more comfortable. If you can bring them in, that's good too. We'll just do a quick test. Hand here, hand here. So let's start off the sit bone. So we've rolled down, just roll up, and just use those hands to come around with your head, look to see where you're at, and come all the way back and roll. So I'm not going to go real slow on this today. I'm just going to kind of keep coming up and flowing. And with those repetitions, we're going to get nice results. So you're down off your bones, then just use the hands, roll back up so you're on the top of the sit bones, turning. One of the keys to this, though, is the hand that's on the back, squeeze that shoulder blade in towards the spine, and then widen it back out as you come back and relax down and come back up. Good squeeze between the shoulder blades. Now, as you come down, inhale into that belly, and then exhale, drawing the lower belly in as you come around and engage the back. Coming back, inhale, exhale, drawing that lower belly button in as you engage. And just one more time, inhale. Rolling off the bones, exhale, coming up, belly button draws in, squeeze the shoulder blades, come back to neutral, and let's just test, coming down off, pulling up, exhaling, drawing the belly button in, and just notice how much more range of motion we got with just doing those repetitions. Good work. I'm just going to switch right on out. So the other hand comes here and here. You're off your bones. Let's inhale first. And exhale. Let's test on this side. The first one will be a nice test. Yes, I could use a bit of rotation here. And come back off. Inhale. Exhale. Using the breath with it when you can. Inhale. Also really helps to relax the nervous system and just really get us more somatically connected. Press in by that shoulder blade and come all the way back. And up. Elbow both shoulder blades if you can. Notice if you're starting already to get a greater range of motion and off. And let's let this be the last one. And coming on back. Good work. Let's use this one as the second test. You ready? Inhale and exhale. And coming all the way back. Isn't that amazing? Did you guys get some more out of that one? I hope so. Let's just do a little integration here. As a side to side, maybe one leg and then the other is kind of a nice way to do it too. Notice what you're feeling there in the groin. All right, so now bringing yourself up, and we're going to do a little bit more. I'm going to just call them specific things to really get into that. So again, crossed legs are preferable, but if you can't, you bring them out. It's all perfectly fine, whatever works for you. Good. So now on this first one that we're going to do like this, we're going to have a hand right behind the hip. The other one's here. Good. And on this, we're pressing this one in, but I want you to think about you're pressing it to let that hip draw back. Okay. So it's a twist, but you're opening in that hip. The other hand will help here. So inhale first. Exhale, drawing the belly in, pushing that hand in the ground to let that hip draw back. And then the other hand brings you back. And you can roll off the sit bones a little bit if that feels good to you. That'll be a really nice stretch. And then as you come back to switch sides, you inhale into the belly. You're ready. Exhale, push in and let that hip rock back. Other hand brings you around and you can pull that belly in and roll off the sit bone. Feel that good stretch in that hip. Let's do it one more time to each side. Coming back, inhale. Exhale. Ooh, feel it. Inhale. Exhale. And nice work. Come all the way back up. So that one was the one where we're going to pull the hip back. Now the next one will look very similar, but this is one like our twist, right? We're going to stay up. Hand is here. Inhale. This is the same. And on the exhale, you're going to push that in to turn the shoulders. Keep the chin in alignment. Try not to overstretch with the neck, right? So we're not going to go as far, but feel what you're feeling. So that's that whole beautiful spinal squeegee. And notice how much strength you're getting in your upper body to do it. And inhale on back. Switch. Exhale. Think about that back shoulder blade. Pull it back. See if it gives you a little bit more momentum. Inhale back to the center. One more time each side. Exhale. Again, I get to a point and then if I really think about that back shoulder, I get just a tad more out of it. And back up into the inhale. You guys are looking so good, trying not to lean forward or back, but it looks beautiful. Exhale. Good. And back to center. Excellent. You want to come out of that for a second? I'm going to draw my legs again. Let's see, maybe a bit low diamond. Hands here. Inhale, just roll up. And exhale, roll down. Now, one thing you can do, I'm going to actually bring my feet in a little bit closer. Bend those elbows and pull them up. So you're pulling up underneath those knees with the elbows bent and up. Exhaling, you're going to get a bigger back stretch, which might feel good here. Then use the hands. Inhale, pull up. Good. Exhale, roll down, but bend the elbows. So again, you're pulling up on those knees, elbows. Yes, and drawing the button in. You got it. And pull back up. And shake it out. That just helps, doesn't it? After we've done a lot of those. All right, but we're going back in. Now, if you had your legs crossed, if you remember which way what foot you put in front, switch it. I should have mentioned it before, but typically just go the way you normally go and then switch it. That'll usually do it. All right, so that was good. So now we've done a couple of those. We're going to do two more rotations like that. Let's do this one next. Hand is here over a little bit on the side. Good. And on this one, this hand is right on the same side. You're going to hunch the shoulder, right? You're going to use the hands to turn the shoulders and you're getting the face. You want to go opposite to that knee. So inhale, hunch that shoulder up, straight arm as much as you can. Use the hands to turn those shoulders and tucking the chin. You're going to come right here, trying to go over that knee. Now, getting down there is not the point. It's more about the turn of the shoulders, drawing the belly in, and you're going to feel that lateral back stretch. So try not to lean back. It's more of a forward lean on this. And then exhale and come up. And let's switch sides. You ready? So inhale into the belly. And as you inhale, hunch, turn, and exhale, draw the belly in. You're actually almost off the sit bones just a little bit as that comes over. Such a good back stretch. Pressing that hand in the ground to support yourself to come up. Just one more time each side. Hunch and over. Pushing that hand on the ground slowly to come up. Inhale. And exhale, hunching over. And push back up. So good. All right, the last one of these is just a rib cage rotation. So we're not going to rotate that, just the rib cage. So to do that, both hands will be on our legs. This one, because I'm going to go this way to the left first. So that left hand will be up a little higher on the thigh. The other one will be here. So inhale into the belly first. Then use this hand, and you're just thinking, turn the rib cage. So that hand is pressing out away from that knee to get that shoulder back. Again, you're trying really hard not to lean forward or back. It's just the rib cage. It might not even give you much motion. Doesn't need to. And exhale and come back. Sorry, the inhale is to come back. Switch the legs. So let's inhale again. All right, you ready? Pushing that hand down into the leg and out through the knee to bring that shoulder back to get just the rib cage to do a bit of rotation there. Inhale back. Just one more each side. Exhale, pushing the hand in and out, feeling the rotation of just the rib cage. Might even want to squeeze that shoulder blade in a little bit. Inhale back to the center. And last time. Exhale. And all the way back. Woo! Good work. You want to just kind of go back and forward just a little bit after that? I do. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, we're going to do a flowy lighthouse. And then we're going to get into some quad and some leg stretches, okay? What do I mean by a flowy lighthouse? So we're kind of in our little bit of a mermaid position. Our hand is going to be over here. Good. And you can even just put the hand on here. We're not going to do the full thing, but just kind of notice hand here, lifting the hip up and around. And really get that whole, because we just rotated, didn't we? Inhale. And on the exhale, really rotate. Feel that whole body, torso, rotate up and over. Take a look. See where your range is. Come all the way back. Let the hip drop back. Good. So you're going to inhale before the move. And exhale up and flow around. So the more you can get that top hip to come up and around, you'll really feel that. We've done so much rotation now. Let's just do a few more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale around. You might even start to feel it in that front hip a little bit. And come on back. Good work. Just go ahead, lean back, switch to your sides. I'm not even going to do a test because I think you can probably feel it already. Hand here, other hand here, inhaling. And exhale. Just allow yourself to get that turn. Yes, the more that the hip can come around and you're exhaling into that belly, feel the rotation. Inhale. And exhale. Make sure that you are drawing that belly in. And inhale. Oh, doesn't that feel good on that whole torso? Exhale. Nice work. And come all the way back. Good, good, good. All right. So let's do a bit of quad stretch now. So I'm just going to take this leg. I'm going to pull it back. And this one's out forward. If you want to take yours out wider, do. I'm going to keep mine in a little bit today. And see, tucking this foot under as much as you can. If that hurts your knee, obviously you know what to do. We go to here. It's fine. Whatever works for you. But I'm going to tuck mine in here. Leaning back, tucking under. Right there, it might be all you need to stretch. You can even gently press that knee down a little bit. Feel the stretch all up in this quad. But if you want a little more movement, you can, as we know, inhale, exhale, draw the belly in, squeeze that tush, the glute, and tuck under too and press it forward and go back. So you can use just some flow with it. Oh, right there. Yeah. But use the breath. Inhale and exhale. Stretching it, lifting. So now we've got a lot of torso already, right? So squeeze that glute, turn it around. Oh, good, 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 good. How about one more? Exhale and press it up. Good. And now keep yourself in that position. Push yourself up. You might want to lift your tail and drop. You might want to bring the legs in a little closer. See if you can, for this one, get maybe both with your hands. Can you get both sit bones on the ground? If you can't, no worries. You could even take this and maybe put a pillow there just to see if you can even it out a little bit. Just going to do a little bit of a hamstring stretch on the long one first. So we know to get a hamstring stretch, right? We have to be able to be on the tips of our sit bones. So we can inhale off a little bit. We can push down, lift, exhale, draw the belly in, and roll the pelvis under. And then just see, can you get a hamstring stretch on this one? Where do you need to be to get that stretch? Just kind of playing with that. Once you get there, you can just kind of hang for a second or two. And you can adjust this other leg if that's hurting. You can even just allow yourself to drop down. You'll know it when you're there. Not going to spend a lot of time right there. That feels good. We're going to lift, but what we are going to do, so now come back up. Good. I'm going to drop this. We're going to get our twist up and around. So you want to have this knee pretty close into this other one. And then you're going to take this, the bent leg side, that arm across the long leg. You're going to inhale. And on the exhale, you want to think about taking that pelvis up and around, up and over. So you get that big and exhaling into here. So you really work even on the other side. You're getting a beautiful stretch into that hip and the pelvis. So you can inhale, drop back. Big belly, exhale, drawing those lower bellies in. Hand here for support for the shoulders. Top hip rolls up and around. Good. You can play there for a second. You can even tighten that top glute just like you did a moment ago. Does that give you a little bit more sensation? And coming back out of it. Good work. Bringing your hand to the back and stretching it out. You might want to just give it a little bit of a shake there. Shaking, give yourself a little ankle. And then let's grab on this other one and pull it back. And we'll do this side. Same thing. Leaning back. Even for me, like I really don't need to do a lot of movement in this. But what really does help is the inhale into the belly. The exhale, drawing the lower belly muscles in and then thinking about tucking under just a little bit. That's really all I need. But if you do want to get some more motion, you can. And just pull it up like right there. And I'm even pressing my shin in the ground just a little bit to keep breathing into it. That's that juicy, juicy stretch. Is it not? Coming back off. Inhale. Tucked in and stretching it right into that flexor, right? And taking it back. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, yeah, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring my legs a little closer together, coming up. See if I can kind of get the hips level. Good, kind of wiggle on that, if that makes sense. Hinging forward at the hips. And just seeing how that feels in that hamstring. If it's too much, then just go back to your quad stretch. It's perfect. If you want a little bit of stretch in this front one, this is the way to do it. If you find yourself not feeling it in that hamstring or under that knee at all, it just means that your back is rounded, the pelvis is rounded off. And in that case, you can always take your hands to the sides. Just inhale first. And on the exhale, you can inhale here. Gently lift your tail off. Exhale, drawing the belly in and arch your tail to the back, and then slowly let it go. So you're right on the tips of those hip bones, and then you can come forward. And that's how you can start to get some straight back in there. Woo! All right, enough of that one. I'm coming back off that one. Again, you want to be pretty close here. So other hand across here and here. Inhale. Exhale, using the hands and taking that top hip up and around. Draw that belly in as the shoulders turn. And feel everything just cinching in for you. Let's come back off. Inhale. Exhale, draw that belly button in, shoulders down. I find I get even more out of it if I drop my chin just a little bit and tuck it in. See if that matters to you, makes a difference. And slowly bring yourself back out. Oh, so good. Take your hands, grab on. Let's just do a quick, I wasn't going to, but it feels like we need it, doesn't it, after all that? Bringing it on back out, hands behind us. Again, let's just do some pelvic rolls here, and then we can do what I was just doing a minute ago and see if you're able to feel that more. So you can sit back off the sit bones here, right? Getting your inhale, and then exhale, use the hands. Exhale, draw the belly in and roll it forward. And then again, inhale. Exhale. Ooh, yeah. You want to add some flexing of the feet. Inhale. As you come up, I let come up and flex the feet. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Ooh, yeah, and go back. How about if you do a little bit of a knee bend? Push the hands in here. So here's an interesting thing to do. Inhale into the belly. Push the hands down just to lift your tail off. Just a little bit. Exhale, arch the tail to the back. So now you are on the tips. You're holding yourself there. Point and straighten the legs. See what you can do. See if you can come a little forward, and if you can't, you just stay right where you are. Inhale. Push down, squeeze between the shoulder blades, and straighten. Ooh, yes. And come back off. Good work, you guys. All right, enough of that one because we have less things to do here and here. Good. So I do want to do a tushy strengthener today to end this class with. So you can just allow yourself coming here. Inhale, exhale, dry yourself up. Good. So there we are. Of course, we did that lower belly tightening the other day. Let's just do it for a second. So bring your heels in close with your hands. You can even hug yourself. Inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in. Pull those heels to you. Squeeze those inner thighs. Tuck your chin. Feel the strength of your back and your lower belly muscles. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And release on down. All right, from here, you can just relax on down. Bring the legs down with you. Oh, there's my ribs. And drop it down. All right, are you ready? Tushy strengthener, as I promised. I'm going to come up a little bit higher. We've done this one before, by the way. But it's interesting with a little tiny bit of different focus. Or maybe it's the same focus. I don't know. Just let your legs go out to the side. Move that pillow out of my way. All right, so your feet are about hip width. Allow those legs to relax. Feet will flop out to the side. Okay, and your arms can just be down comfortably. You can tuck your chin so everything feels good. All right, so now what we're going to do is I want you to, from the bottom of the tush, if that helps you, I want you to, you ready? Inhale. Exhale, squeeze both tushies, both glutes. Squeeze them up. Hold them. You can still breathe, inhale and exhale, drawing the belly in, but you're holding. Now, feel your heels. Gently press the heels in the ground at the same time. You're squeezing those glutes. Hold. 2, 3, 4, and slowly let them go and relax. All right, so you guys, we're going to do squeezing just like that with the press of the heel. We're going to do it. We're going to hold for a count of 8. Yes, you can do it. We'll release. We're going to do it for 2 counts of 8. Okay, so here we go. I want you to go ahead, squeeze the glutes, press the heels in the ground, drawing the belly button in, and make sure you breathe. We're going to hold for 2, 3, and 4. Keep squeezing. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and let them go. Challenging, no? I like doing this one though a whole lot better than standing and squeezing that tush. Here we go. Another 8. You ready? Inhale first. Exhale, squeeze and press the heels. Really squeeze. See if you can hold it on both evenly. Notice. So yes, we're at 3, 4, 5, keep squeezing. 6, keep squeezing. 7, and 8, and slowly let them go. Give me a thumbs up. Can you do one more set of 8s? 8 holds. Thumbs up. Oh, you're good, you guys. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale. Yes. Squeeze them and press those heels. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 2, for 3, for 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and slowly let them go. Oh, good for you. I would do one more, but I'm not, because we've got one more to do. Take the feet out a little bit wider than your hips. Try to make them even left to right. Now, we're going to do the same thing, but what you're going to find, because you can feel your calf here, right? So we're going to squeeze the glutes in this position and press the calves. So now that you know what we're going to do, let's just go right into it for our first set of 8. You ready? So inhale first. Exhale, squeeze and press the calves. Squeeze both glutes for 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep pressing. 6, press the calves. 7, and 8, and let it all go. Woo! It's a whole different place because we're working different parts of the glutes. You ready? We're going again. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and press for 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Belly buttons drawing in, and 8, and release. Woo! And of course, since we did 3 the other way, let's just do 3 this time. You ready? One more time. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and press the calves. Make sure you're also pressing the calves just gently and squeezing those glutes. And you know what? This absolutely will get rid of that little tiny bit at the bottom there. 6, 7, and 8, and let it go. Woo, you ready to bring those puppies in for a little rocker? Let's little rocker shake it. I bet you can feel that. Be interesting to see if you actually are just a tiny bit sore tomorrow or the next day after all that. Beautiful. And so now we're just going to do a little bit of shoulder release, and then we are done. Let those puppies hang down, relax those. Bring your arms out into like where the elbows are just a little bit, could be a little below the shoulder, right up from the shoulder, relaxing the hands. So we're just going to open up those shoulders a little bit. So hands here, just begin to allow the shoulder joint to internally rotate. The forearms will drop, relaxing the fingers. Might want to notice where the fingers are to the floor on this first one. And then bring that shoulder joint back to neutral and then externally rotate so that the hands drop backwards. Relaxing the hands. Notice on the first one, if you're touching the floor, bring it back up neutral. Inhale. Might as well use the breath. Exhale, draw the belly button in. We're just working the abs at the same time, dropping, feeling that internal rotation on the shoulder. You might notice if your fingertips are touching. Back up to the inhale, neutral. And exhale and drop them back. Anytime there's pain, go right before the pain and hang there and bring them back up. Let's just, for time's sake, I'm going to bring my right one down and my left one up. So internal rotation, right, external left. And inhale back to neutral. And exhale and switch up. Remember to relax the hands at the wrist. It's a little challenging, just remember that, isn't it? Maybe go a little faster at your flow. Inhaling neutral and exhaling down. And inhale. And exhale. Good work, you guys. All right, now from here, go ahead and bring your arms right up from the shoulders. We used to do this. I love this move. It's so meditative. And just dropping the hands here. So first lift the shoulders all the way up off the ground, relaxing the fingers. Then bring the shoulders all the way down. And now I want you to bring them all the way up and then just go part way down wherever they feel like you're not pushing, they're not all the way down, but the hands are just being held there. Make sure you have a little bend in the elbow and it's out, rounded out. Now that same idea of the external shoulder joint rotation. So you're just going to allow the upper arms to start to drop backwards and only go to where it's comfortable, obviously, but you'll find that the upper arm will drop first. And then just see if you can get yourself down there and relax the hands. Good work. All right. And then just allow the arms to come out to your sides on the ground and all the way down. And then just let your legs come up and out, bottoms of feet together. Feel what that feels like in your groin. And now really slowly just start to straighten it and then relax them. Continue your breathing. Start to straighten them a little bit and then let the weight of the knees open. And we're just going to continue to do this until those legs are straight and we can just completely let go. You might notice different parts as you straighten, you're feeling the restriction or the opening in different places in your groin. Take it down and open. And down a little further and let it open. And down and open. Until you're all the way straight. And you just take your time doing it. And when you're there, just let go completely. Inhaling down into the belly through the nose. And exhale through the nose. And drawing that belly down. Just give it a little bit of pull down and up, a little squeeze. And inhale. And exhale. And just let yourself completely relax. And I hope that you enjoyed it. Stay there as long as you can. When you need to, gently come up. And enjoy the feeling of your stretched out, but also your strength of the muscles